This story is a tour de force, run like an obstacle course, no time to pause, listen without remorse. We're ending in a noble cause to fight the outlaws full of flaws with words sharper than claws. I'm on a mission that needs no permission, a divine decision, a spiritual given, a holy written, a martyr's decision. For the uninitiated, this is a tale to be related of a life that was fated, never slated. Iman encapsulated, Islam reinstated, justice unabated, honor unrated, often imitated. Let me tell you a tale of two, one a hero, one a fool, a tale of hope, a tale of woe. A villain vexed with a vendetta, vilified, uncivilized, plagued by vanity, wallowing in scandalous profanity. A hero dignified for humanity in its moment of insanity, standing firm in disastrous calamity. A travesty fought valiantly. I speak to myself and remind myself the sunnah of Hussain can never be detrimental to my health. So let's take his life off the shelf and strive for purification of self. Did he live a life and die so we can turn a blind eye, look to the sky and walk on by? Has he become insignificant like a fly? Do my words lie? They planned their attack. Your riches they would sack. Faith they did lack. Full of hedonistic heathenism. A model of demonism. A trail of tears you did share with your peers. Your only fear was for the faith your enemies wanted to throw to the rear. Face to face, you did they chase, competing in an evil race. In haste they did abase, showing a cruel face to one whose lips kissed the noble face. In your footsteps, the martyrs must trust. The end came in Karbala's dust. To Allah you placed your trust. You never fussed. Your family shared your love of the just. Your sister did evil men lust, tearing her veil in gust. We look at them in disgust. How quickly they broke the trust. Honor the family of the prophet a must. Evil hearts feel this unjust. Forward ever, backward never. Your sword swung light like heather. Limbs it did sever in the dry, arid weather. Many spoke the struggle, but very few took the trouble. In the company of the elite you did huddle. Your enemies' thoughts a muddle, ready to bust like a bubble. Your reward double for your valiant struggle. Hussain, your courage is hard pressed to be suppressed. In this life you was a guest. The next life, the permanent rest. Your story inspires those put to the toughest test and hangs like a shadow over the words of the best. Bob Marley said it. Hussain, you lived it. Stand up for your rights. Don't give up the fight if you want to be free. Che Guevara said it. Hussain, you lived it. I would rather die standing than live on my knees if you want to be free. Public Enemy said it. Hussain, you lived it. Fight the power if you want to be free. Malcolm X said it. Hussain, you lived it by any means necessary if you want to be free. Martin Luther King said it. Hussain, you lived it. In the end, we remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends, if you want to be free. Mandela said it. Hussain, you lived it. It is the oppressor who defines the nature of the struggle. We had to resist if you want to be free. Marcus Garvey said it. Hussain, you lived it. Up you mighty. Accomplish what you will if you want to be free. Gandhi said it best and summed up this test. I learned from Imam Hussain how to achieve victory while being oppressed. To continue with this tale, wicked forces did seek to prevail, and attack they did scale, surely bound to fail. The horses charged like blazing stars, but you refused to run afar. Better to gain a scar in the service of Allah than have a heart black like tar. The suckling was a hungering, your thoughts were worrying, you called, have mercy on the infant. An arrow ended him in an instant. Shut was this shameful incident. Here comes Shimmer, carrying a sword with a murderous glimmer. My anger is beginning to simmer at this open sinner. Hussein's heart is growing dimmer. Left alone, I just can't figure. Hussain said, they have turned against us and killed us. Has that become us? A question that is a must. Watching the believers killed without fuss, thinking more about catching the bus. What about the godly trust? Defend the weak is a must, even if my heart should bust. Better than watching it turn to rust. To the last, you was the best. The proof of the sunnah of the Prophet could not be put to rest. The word of Allah manifest. How we crave to be with the best, and yet we live a life so messed. Reminding the people to avoid this evil, a noble line they did seek to pluck like a decayed vine. To whom you did remind, trace my descent and reflect upon who I am. Do you think it lawful to kill me and violate my sanctity? Am I not the son of the daughter of your prophet, the son of the trustee of the prophet and his cousin? They slaughtered you like a lamb on Eid. What a dirty deed. People take heed and retaliate at speed. Out of this massacre, Mukhtar did succeed. An avenger the Ummah did need. The youth need to forget Little Wayne and remember Ali Asghar's pain. On Karbala, a bloody pain. Historical pain, a true believer's shame. The grandson of the Prophet slain. Has the Ummah gone insane? I'm weeping tears that turn red. I'm wishing it was me instead. Yazid, did your reign have to begin in pain? A bloody stain, was this worth your fame? A shallow worldly gain? To the fire the tents did burn. From you did General Sisi learn. You left Hussain to be feasted upon by crows. Wicked, evil, arrogant foes suffer the angels' blows. You said this was in revenge for Badr. On the day of judgment, you could not look sadder, while his grandfather looks at you madder. The Ahl Bayt you did hate. The punishment you cannot escape. Thank God the women your soldiers did not rape in their hate of the Ahl Bayt. Your sister did wipe away the bloody smears. No more tears or fears for the martyr whose love of Allah was always near. Islam meant justice for the innocent, but they killed the small infant. 1400 years later, Iraq did America attack. The tactic was exact. Babies into small pieces did bombs hack. Compassionated lack. Yazid's horsemen, they copied. A fact. From Bush to Obama, you all follow the devil's manner. Like the idols of Pharaoh, Yazid, you will disappear too. You was a tyrant times two, rotten through and through. Like Imam Ahmed said, I curse you too. Time for the rise of the house of Muhammad, part 2. Your historical writing magicians can't blot out your sinning. Be honest, your conduct was very minging while you was listening to the singing. From sinning to winning, in the company of Muhammad we be blinging, feasting with Fatima and toasting with Hussain. Hassan and Ali bring the food from the galley. A dream? No, it's reality. From generation to generation, a continuation of tribulation, obliteration, alienation, procrastination. It's time for articulation to stop the annihilation of Muhammad's nation. Standing up for justice is a had, so be glad in the company of the righteous. To miss we be mad. Over the whining tones of American drones, Hussein's voice can be known, calling in Quranic overtone. O you who believe, if you help Allah, He will help you, and make your steps firm. Straight from Surah Muhammad, verse 7, a divine lesson. Favoritism, disabilityism, pauperism, ageism, sexism, sectarianism, bodyism, racism, we declare jihad against every ism that causes division. That was Hussein's decision before the Karbala mission. To my last, I'll continue this mission, a wise decision, fighting satanic derision. For every prisoner in a cell going through hell, a given. For every orphan child, a given. For every oppressed person, a given. Even in the midst of all of the sinning, to my last drop of blood, I'll be giving. To the last of my breath, I pray my sins be forgiven. A revolutionary rose watered in martyrs' blood, blooming in the desert, so desolate, a story forever relevant. The struggle continues, the struggle continues, the struggle continues. Jazakallah khair.